Hey there, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're gonna make some really fresh and easy, delicious recipes. Even if you don't make these specific recipes, I hope you find some really great inspiration from these, especially if you're trying to eat a little bit better, fit some more vegetables into your diet. These meals are light and delicious, but they'll also leave you satisfied. First up today, we're gonna make these cilantro lime chicken tacos. Into my little crock pot here, I'm adding 2 chicken breasts. Mine were both frozen, so you can do them frozen or thawed, either way is fine. 1 16-ounce jar of your favorite salsa. And then this is the star of the show. It is a creamy cilantro lime dressing. And I only added a little bit to start, probably about 1/3 of a cup, because I was worried that my husband would not like this. But after cooking the chicken, I gave this a taste and we both really loved it, and I ended up adding more later in the recipe. Now for my seasonings, I'm adding a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, a 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. I tried my best to just kind of mix this top part here a little bit with the salsa, get all the seasonings combined in there as well. But really, this will just cook down and cook together, so you don't have to worry about it too much. I added my lid and let this cook for about 3 hours on high. After 3 hours, you should be able to shred your chicken pretty easily. I shredded mine right here with just this big fork, and then I let this sit for about another 10 minutes or so to kind of soak up any extra juices. And like I said earlier, I tasted this and decided that we really like the cilantro lime dressing, so I added about another 1/4 cup in here. Next time, I'll just add half of the bottle and go from there, but this was so good together. I really loved the fresh taste that this dressing added into this chicken. Here's mine. I just added it into a tortilla, the chicken of course, and then some shredded lettuce, shredded cheese, sour cream, and hot sauce, and that's really all there was to this meal. Next up, one of my personal favorites to make for lunches for the week is this Veggie Feta Pasta bake. I started by preheating my oven to 400 degrees and then into my big 9x13 baking dish. I added 1 block of feta cheese, 1 container of cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes, whatever you want to call them, 1/2 of a red onion. This one I am just slicing into thin little strips. And then I will just evenly distribute those around the block of feta. Next, I'm adding in 1 small zucchini. Usually I'll add a bigger one than this, but this is all my store really had were these smaller ones. I went ahead and cut it in half, and then I cut that half into smaller pieces as well. The last item you'll need to chop up is 1 red bell pepper, and I just chopped that into bite-sized pieces. Over the top of everything, I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then for the seasonings, we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and about a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. When this is all done and you give it a taste, you can always add more seasonings if you think it needs more. This went in the oven to bake for about 25 minutes until the zucchini was fork tender and the tomatoes were starting to burst. Once that is done in the oven, go ahead and mix everything up with the feta cheese. While this was baking in the oven, I actually had some pasta cooking up over on my stovetop. You'll want to make sure you cook up 8 ounces of pasta. You can use whatever kind you want, whatever shape. I used some chickpea noodles this day, but sometimes I'll use brown rice pasta. Any kind you want to do is just fine. After that was all done, I drained that and I mixed it right in here with my feta cheese and all of these veggies. Normally I will just eat this like this, but I have also put this back in the oven after mixing it together with some shredded Parmesan cheese or mozzarella cheese over the top as well. Both of those are really good on here. So if you want to add cheese, feel free to do that. You'll just put the cheese on top, about a cup to a cup and a half, and then you'll put it back in the oven for about 5 minutes to let the cheese melt over the top. Here's what my finished bowl looked like. This recipe is so good. First of all, I'm a big feta cheese lover, so right away I knew I would love this, and I have made this a couple times now, and it is enough for me to have for about 5 days for lunches. I love the freshness from the tomatoes, the onions, the pepper, all of that brings a lightness to the dish, and I really love it. And last but not least, we're going to make this burger bowl, which is basically a burger salad. I went ahead and took half a pound of lean ground beef, added that into my skillet here, and I'm just going to add about a half teaspoon of my favorite burger seasoning. Any burger seasoning will work, and if you don't have a burger seasoning, you could just add some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper, and you should be good to go. Once that's cooked all the way through, remove any extra grease in there. Mine was lean, like I said, so there was really not any at all. And now to get my salad built up over here, I have some iceberg lettuce, but feel free to use any type of lettuce you want. I added about a cup and a half to 2 cups of shredded lettuce into my bowl. Then I sliced up some Roma tomato, and I like to leave those in kind of bigger pieces. Next, I'm just slicing up some red onion. I tried to slice those pretty thin. You'll add a scoop of your ground beef in there. And then your favorite pickles. I know a lot of people like dill pickles. I, however, hate dill pickles. So I added some bread and butter pickles in here. And I added a handful of shredded Colby Jack cheese, but any cheese will work. Over the top, I'm adding this secret sauce. It's from Walmart, and it's really good on burgers, really good on this as well, so that's why I added it on here. Here's what my finished bowl looked like. Of course, you'll want to make sure that you mix everything together. That is the best way to eat this. For me, this really is a good substitution instead of having a burger, and I really thoroughly enjoy this. Thank you guys so much for watching today. If you don't mind, leave me a flower down in the comments to let me know you've watched all the way through. I hope to see you back here on Sunday. Have a great rest of your week. Bye guys.